great to be here. Lovely crowd. I thought it was a good wicket. Turned a bit, but you know, like a school ground's going to. I think it played pretty much the way we thought it would. You know, like throughout the competition, we made some really basic errors today to not let us give us a really good chance to win the game. I thought we should have got 260, 270 from the position we were in when Matt Machin was batting with Bales, and you know, we threw away some really poor wickets there in the middle. And only got 220. You know, even towards the end we could have got 240, 250, which would have been a different kettle of fish. So I think we've made really basic errors throughout the competition. I think we've done a lot of good things. The two leg spinners bowled well today. I thought CJ came obviously bowled well to get the 2 early wickets. Even Hopton bowled 4 or 5 hours well towards the end there, which was quite nice. And Lids continued his resurgence as well. So I think we bowled pretty well, fielded okay apart from myself, maybe a few mistakes, but you know, I thought we did some good things, but we're not putting the whole games together, and that's why we've lost every game in this competition that hasn't been rained off. So we're very realistic that we haven't played well enough, but we also know that we're not being, you know, hammered in any games really. It's just one of those things where we're not putting the whole games together.
Yeah, I mean 217's a low total, but you did awfully well to try to defend it, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was nipping around with a new ball and it was turning, so it's not an ideal one-day wicket. But as I said, we're at an out ground here at rugby, and that's the way these games go sometimes. As I said, that's why we were so disappointed not to get 260, 270, because we thought that was definitely a winning score then. And I think that would have turned out to be the case, you know, because people have to bat differently. Their guys have to bat differently through the middle, having lost 2 early wickets. So, you know, as I said, we did really well today. On the bowlers did really well through the middle, and there's still a good spirit in the squad, even though we're not having the best of seasons. And you know, we've got a massive game still on Wednesday. You know, this is a really good opportunity for some guys to put down a marker in that game for next season's competition, because we haven't played well enough this year. You know, and that's senior players, junior players, everyone, you know, hasn't played well enough. So I think it's a really good opportunity. We stress that inside to the lads who are going to play on Wednesday, because we want to be a bit of a change team, and there's a really good opportunity for them to push themselves into the team for that competition next year.
Yeah, you've got the one more game, Essex at home. You are going to make some changes, you feel perhaps inevitable?
Yeah, it is. I mean, we've got a massive game on Friday against Yorkshire at home in the Championship, and it's a day-night fixture. Day-night games can ruin your sleep pattern quite badly, so you know what you don't want is to play the same team for no particular reason on Wednesday in a day-night game, and then everyone's sleep patterns are awful Thursday, and you wake up on Friday feeling awful. So I think we'll have a few changes. You know, we certainly want to try and win the game still, and we have some young, very hungry young players who want to come in and show maybe some of us senior guys what we've been missing, and you know, I'd love to see someone who maybe not as heralded as some of the other players come in, get 100 or get a 5 from win us again.
You've got the 4 championship matches coming up. Yorkshire home and away is very difficult. Somerset and Worcestershire, you've got to play 2 teams who are in the mix with you, battling against relegation. I thought one of the big points today was to see CJ back and bowling so well, and obviously, you know, 2 months out, it takes a while to get back, but he seemed to bowl beautifully today.
Yeah, he bowled okay. You know, I think he's bowled better, you know, but he got the 2 early wickets, which he tends to do. You're right, we've got 4 huge games, 2 against Yorkshire, and we're looking to beat Yorkshire in those 2 games, because, you know, obviously they're the best team in the league, and they look like they're going to be champions again this year. But we've played pretty good cricket against them. I think in the last few years we lost them in a really good game with Scarborough last year and drew the other one, and we beat them the year before at their place and drew the other game. So we've actually got quite a good record against them in the last 2 years. So we certainly won't go into those games, you know, with anything other than trying to win them. You're right, we've got 2 big, probably possibly bigger games, maybe against Worcester and Somerset, because they're down there with us. You know, so they're massive games. So we'll be up for the fight. That's all we can do is fight like hell for those 16 days of championship cricket and for this last one day.
One of the other things I liked here was seeing leg break bowlers bowling in tandem. Luke Wells and Will Beer. I can't remember seeing Sussex do that in a one-day game with mainline bowlers since the days of Ian Salisbury and Andy Clark, and that was an awful long time ago.
Yeah, it's probably too far back for me there. I know Ian Salisbury, I'm not sure Andy Clark, I'm sorry, but I don't know him. But yeah, the guys have done really, really well. I think Luke Wells made a big move with his leg spin bowling this year. It's great to see, because it gives you another bit of string to his bow and tries to get him in the team. Will Beer is always good on wickets that give him a little bit of assistance. You know, he's still got a bit of work to do, maybe on flatter wickets, or when people are coming a bit harder at him. But you know, on these type of wickets that give him a bit of assistance, he's always very hard, because he bowls at a slow pace, which is hard to use the pace. Luke Wells said bowled well, so 2 leggies is always exciting. You know, I thought we probably had the right team for the wicket. We just didn't get enough runs.
And good to see George Bailey come through. It was a lovely 100 he made the other day against Middlesex. I mean, he started poorly, but he's certainly come good at the end, if you like, of his spell. Another 50 today.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's a world-class player. You know, we haven't supported him well enough with the bat. There's no doubt about that. Myself, especially, really, but you know, Luke, Chris, and myself probably haven't got enough runs around him as senior players to back him up. You know, brilliant 100 against Middlesex, possibly, you know, very close to getting us over the line, and then, you know, a very good 50 or 60 today, which again could have got us over the line. But he's a world-class player. He's a top man as well. It's good to have him in the team.
You are due an awful lot of runs, aren't you, in these last 4 championship matches? It's not been a good season for you, but you normally do end up with a string of hundreds, so I'm sure it's going to happen.
Oh, I really hope so. You know, it has been a tough season. You know, went into the season high hopes, you know, for us to win the championship, for me to have a good season, and it hasn't happened that way. That's sometimes the way it goes. You know, 4 big games left, possibly 8 innings. So I look at that and go, well, there's no reason why I can't get 3 or 4 hundreds in those games, and hopefully be a big part of keeping us up. I obviously had a great season last year, and these things happen. You know, I've never quite had a season like this, so finding all sorts of ways to get out. So it's been really, really frustrating from my point of view personally, but for the teams as well, because, you know, I think if I'd played the same way I did last year, or even something near, we wouldn't be in the situation they were in. So certainly no one's more as frustrated as I am, but, you know, I'll certainly be doing my utmost in the last 4 games to put that right.